this seem like a simple question? What is the best gun in the game to use? And while I do have an answer for this, you know what's coming. Hey, YouTube auditor. Fuck you. But let's get back on topic for a second. And one of the biggest brain-searingly stupid arguments that comes up each year is what gun is the best one in the game. What gun should everyone be using so the developers can nerf that motherfucker into oblivion? And this question has spawned tons of videos on YouTube, and you guys have probably seen your fair share on this motherfucker. You get videos comparing 2 overused guns, 3 overused guns, 5 overused guns. You get videos that give you an absurd amount of information detailing the bullet damage, the trajectory, the fire rate, the damage per second. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. There is a very simple fucking answer to this mystery. The best gun in the game is the one you prefer. That's it. That's the mystery solved right there, motherfucker. The best gun in the game is the one that you can get kills with. It's not about damage per second, or recoil, or air to win ratio in this motherfucker. You don't need Scooby-Doo and his bunch of stone-ass white kids trying to solve this fucking mystery. The best gun in the game is the one you feel most comfortable with in killing people. Now, that's not to say that all guns are created equally, or that each gun is exactly the same. No. That's what all those informational videos are for. We all have our preference of gun, and how you manage to kill motherfuckers is your business. That being said, I do have my own personal preference for a killing machine, and although I'm using the AK in this particular game, it is not my most used gun, but I do some major work with the Silence AK in my hands. But before I get into my personal choice of which gun I like, which is going to be no shock to anybody here, those of you who've seen me play for the years, you guys know I use all gun types. Every single one, including sniper rifles. You know, it started back in Modern Warfare 2. I was trying to complete all those 10,000 point XP challenges to rank up and shit like that. I would use every gun in the game. I would try and get it around 1,000 kills or so, and then switch off to another gun and get that one to about 1,000 kills or so. And then when I finally felt like it, I would get as many challenges in games as possible. That way, I can get so many 10,000 point XP challenges all at once. It was awesome. And it also made me use all the guns in the game. In Modern Warfare 3, I tried something similar, but I never went back to the game since it sucked more ass than an instructor at an analingus convention. You know, I think someone told me that my most used weapon was the L86 LMG in that fucking game. And my least used weapons were the MP7 and ACR in Modern Warfare 3. And the funny thing is, had I gone back to that game, those would have been the guns that I started using and abusing because everybody else was killing me with those shits. But as we all know, I didn't return to that game. That shit never panned out in this motherfucker. But anyway, for me personally, I can use any type of gun, with the exception of sniper rifles. I mean, y'all know, I can't snipe for shit. But I use LMGs, I use marksman rifles, the assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns, etc., whatever. The problem with Ghost is I have no incentive to use anything other than shit I need for a few challenges. You know, unlike the prior Modern Warfare games, you get those 10,000 XP markers, they would just stare me in the eye like a gigantic pair of titties with implants. I had to hit that. The guns, not the titties. In Ghost, there are no major markers for challenges. Sure, there are some minor things that might make me want to change. Sure, they have this fucking strawberry shortcake camo gun crap that I really don't give a fuck about. But what XP does the game offer me to make me want to use the chainsaw, or the MK14, or the TAC-12? For the most part, they only offer small XP challenges that I could use. So, I have been stuck using one gun for pretty much ranking up all my entire time I've been playing this game. The Honey Badger. And it's not because I think it's overpowered, because it isn't. It's not because I think it's the best assault rifle in the game, because I don't think it is either. I choose the Honey Badger for 2 main reasons. First of all, the built-in silencer is a significant tactical advantage. Not a small advantage, a significant tactical advantage. All the other guns, by default, are loud and proud. So, if you want to stay silent, if you want to stay off of the radar for the enemies, you have to throw on the silencer attachment. Not with the Honey Badger. It is an instant ninja weapon that keeps you off the radar anytime you shoot without having to sacrifice a spot in your inventory. I can throw on any stupid sight that I want. I can throw on a grip, noob tube, whatever. And in essence, I get 3 attachments for the price of 2. To me, that's a value you can't find with any other assault rifle. That's not to say the Honey Badger is stronger or better than the other guns. I personally like the AK for killing, and I love the Remington for accuracy, but the silencer is an advantage I just can't overlook, and I can't put that motherfucker down. You know, the biggest reason I actually use it is for my second and most important. When you buy a new soldier, just after prestiging, you need to select one of those 5 default classes. Now, just from a value perspective alone, the Covert Ops class is the best value of free shit that you can get. That class happens to come with the Honey Badger as the gun, so it makes for the perfect starter class in the game. Now, I can go into some mathematical nerd formula like the videos I mentioned about talking about guns and shit like that, but the easiest way of measuring this concept is this. When you add up all the squad points it would take to unlock everything on the default class, count all that shit by levels that it would take you to unlock all those perks, the Covert Ops class would be the most expensive. Essentially, you get more free shit by selecting that class, and that's why I choose that class alone. You can't go wrong with the amount of shit that class gives you to begin with. I mean, never mind the perks. The perks are great. Off the grid, dead silence, sit rep, takedown. That alone is a great class. But the value of what you get for free tops the other 4 classes. The assault class, the CQB class, the marksman, the heavy gunner. If you add up all the squad points it takes to unlock everything on that class, it doesn't equal the total that you would come out to with the Covert Ops class. It is basically just a value proposition from that standpoint. So usually, I take that class and load up on whatever challenges and operations are available at the time, and I beat the fucking shit out of people. So in reality, the only reason I use the Honey Badger so much is because 1, I'm cheap, and 2, I'm lazy. Fuck it, it's a win-win situation for me regardless. Combine that with the fact that I played Crank, a game mode suited to fast-paced guns like assault rifles and SMGs, and this is why I end up using the Honey Badger so much. It's not that I think it's the greatest gun in the game, it's not that I think it's the only gun for me to use in the game, and it certainly doesn't mean that I won't hand out an ass whooping with another gun. I mean, hell, you see me doing work in the background with the AK right now. That doesn't mean other guns can't compete with the Honey Badger. It just means I enjoy being lazy. Oh, and watch this part right here, because this is bound to be in an upcoming fail volume. I believe this was the first time that I actually equipped the Griffin on my own. You know, I was working on challenges or whatever the fuck that shit was. You know, I had gotten them in field orders, but this was the first game I actually equipped it on knowing how to complete a certain challenge. So, of course, the first time I fly this motherfucker, I send this shit out of range. And when I was pressing the button to lower the altitude, the motherfucker wouldn't come back. So I was all pissed off right here, man. Look at this. Fuck this shit, man. You know, first chance I get at using this sumbitch, and the fucking thing flies away on me like a goddamn balloon from a child. But anyway, man, now overall, the moral of the story here, getting back to the original point, is there is no right or wrong gun in the game. If you know how to get kills with a certain gun, if a certain gun fits your playstyle, that's all you need to know. If you like the Bulldog and you're a shotgun user and that works for you, then that's your best gun in the game. If you're a sniper and you like to sit all the way in the back of the map and actually kill people from a distance and you like some of the sniper rifles, that's your best gun in the game. There's no right or wrong answer. So all these comparisons, all these statistical analysis, all they're telling you is the details of what a gun can do. It's not telling you what is your preferential gun. It's not telling you what is the best gun for you. You decide what the best gun is. For me, it's Honey Badger because I'm a cheap motherfucker. Bottom line, if you can put a bullet in some motherfucker's head faster than they can kill you, then that gun works perfectly fine. Don't pay too much attention what gun is supposed to be better, because all that matters is how the user can handle that gun. So anyway, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit, and I'll see you guys in the next video.